What's going on? Welcome to the Shit Guys Talk About. How's everybody doing today? You know, I got the Manic Genius. I got Feeling It in the building. I got Taj and I got CLS. So before we jump into the topics, man, how's everybody doing?
I'm feeling
Please sound a little.
So
amazing.
All right.
good.
All right. Appreciate it. But we had that conversation last time about Lena the plug and the whole Adam 22. And I did check out that interview, man. Talk about disrespect at like the highest levels, man. It was crazy. Anybody else like watch anything extra on that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I want to first give an apology to CLS.
Yeah, me too. I saw it. That was graphic.
I actually found the Lena the plug video, and first scene was exactly the way CLS was described.
Yeah, absolutely.
I put the I went on PH. She put the trailer up, but I haven't seen like the full video. I just saw the trailer.
I'll send you the full video.
Dude. It was only like she put like she put it on her Pornhub account, just a trailer. And
Hey, I think
it's like 2 minutes or a minute and a half, something like that.
Man, the first 20 seconds, I was like, damn, CLS was exactly right. It exactly happened exactly like this. So I was like, I just want to apologize to him, man. I was like, oh, no, let's not talk about this. Like, he was on the money. He was spot on. I was like, damn it, CLS is right again.
If you go to Black, they just recruited them niggas, man. Like they just recruited a bunch of horse niggas, man. They just demolishing every fucking thing.
There's no way in hell like Adam could have been involved in the recruiting process. Cause as soon as my man was like, all right, I'm ready, I would be like, hey, look, we gotta stop this shit, baby. I would have been I would have stopped the whole scene, like, hey, we're done. Like we had to change our heart.
Interview they had where he was interviewing him and like thanking him for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. I saw that, man.
I was like, what?
That video you sent me earlier. Remember that what was it? That Twitter video that he made? Remember you sent it to me? Yeah. That shit, you don't think that shit fake? It kind of looked like it was, you know.
Yeah, that was fake.
It was staged.
It was staged. It sounded like it didn't sound genuine at all. Like,
yeah, I sent it to you and Manic, and y'all both kind of shot it down, man. Hurt my feelings. I thought I was on to something. I thought I was like breaking news and shit. I was like, hey man, y'all see this? I was like, man, what the?
He doesn't talk like that though. All the interviews, he doesn't talk that way.
No.
Yeah, he was trolling.
Yeah, he was. You could tell.
But yeah, I saw that. I went back and watched that interview that you and Phil was talking about. Oh man, the disrespect. My man Adam's pride is gone.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna have to sip that away with that millions of dollars they're gonna gain and all the champagne and shit. Just go. But all right, we'll go ahead. I just wanted to touch back on that because I did watch that. I was like, God damn, this is crazy. But we'll go ahead and jump into the first topic. So I don't know if the like biggest news event that been going around is the whole like Jonah Hill and the Sarah Brady situation. So Sarah Brady is his ex-girlfriend, and what she did was like put out a bunch of his texts that to the public and stuff like that because they had broke up and stuff. So in the text, you know, Jonah Hill was pretty like, I guess, establishing his boundaries with her and stuff like that. And she pretty much said that he's, you know, emotional abuse. That's what one of the things she stated. And also, you know, misogyny and stuff like that. So, you know, one of the questions I did have for everybody, I don't know if you guys seen the text and stuff, is Jonah Hill setting his boundaries, or is he coming off controlling? And give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the text. Yeah, Manic, you might have to read these, man. You got the good eyes, man. So I'm gonna put you on the spot.
All right, cool. I'm with it.
All right, let me see. Can you read that, or?
Yeah, I can read it. It says, plain and simple. If you need, bullet point, surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places, and from your wild recent past, beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful, I'm not the right partner for you. If this brings you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for a romantic partnership. My boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust.
All right. And then there was some other text, but that was the gist of it that he kind of put out there. So that's why I want to kind of ask you guys, is that coming off controlling, or is that Like he kind of says that setting his boundaries.
He set boundaries.
Yeah.
It's either you get with it or you get gone. It's that
So
simple.
Taj, I'm gonna go ahead and break that down, Taj. We'll come to you first.
I mean, everybody know this. You know what I mean? I want to say Manic spoke of this before early on. You know, it's either you get with it or you get lost. If you can't, you know, abide by this here, then I ain't the one for you, obviously. You know what I mean? There's nothing controlling. It was nothing verbally abusive about what I just heard. You know what I mean? The man knows how he wants things, and if you can't fall by that, then you got to go. It'd be the same thing vice versa. You know, if she wanted some things done or didn't want him to do certain things or whatever, you know, he didn't want to abide by that, then she would probably kick him to the curb. The way she did everything anyway, in my opinion, was dirty because she waited until, like, ain't he having a baby with somebody now? Like somebody new?
Yeah, he's
like,
definitely, he just had a kid or she's giving birth or something like that. Gave birth already. Yeah, that's right.
Waited all the way up until then to, like, all of a sudden now I'm bringing these texts out. You know what I mean? That's just fact. So, I mean, it's just petty shit. That's all it is. That's all it is.
All right, good take. All right, CLS.
No, I was gonna say that's something she could have just let, you know, they could have worked that out privately. She didn't have to like put them on blast on social media and do all that extra stuff. Wasn't just uncalled for.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything wrong with what he said.
Okay. All right, Phil.
Honestly, I think he was just setting a foundation for like the things that he was saying is what anybody should like kind of think about in a relationship, because none of what he said is like, oh no, I absolutely can't do that. Like she clearly was the type of like a social media person where she was posting things. She's like an attention seeker. That's what she wants. So if that's something that she wants, and if he's like at a point where he's moving forward in life and wanting to set a foundation and be strong, the things that she's doing is going to make that, you know, these arguments are going to start, insecurities are going to start. Like, and he has all right to do so with him posting all those, her posting all those things on social media. It's like, okay, am I not good enough? Why are you posting this stuff? Why do you want attention from every single man just to get likes? And honestly, I think she did that whole, you know, posting his stuff with a text thing just to get clout. I think she did because, I mean, it's Jonah Hill. The dude is rather popular. So she was like, how can I make some money off this? How can I get some fame off of this? And I think it's shitty. But I think none of what he said was bad, in my opinion.
Okay. All right, Manic.
All right.
What do you think about this situation?
So I'm going to take a different approach. I think that first and foremost, you should always go into a relationship with established boundaries, so people will understand, you know, what is acceptable and what's not acceptable. However, you know, when you break it down to the level in which that he did, is like, you can't do this, you can't do this. It seems more of like a restrictive box that you're trying to put somebody and force somebody. Like, he knew what he was getting into as far as like he's dating a chick who surfs and who does seek attention, who does wear bathing suits and who does model and does all these things. And now he's coming into her life telling her, hey, if you want to be with me, you got to stop that. So I think it's a little bit subjective when you try to put those demands on somebody when prior to you, they were doing that and you accepted a relationship with them. So it kind of goes hand in hand with, you know, a lot of people see people that they're attracted to and like, and maybe they have good chemistry, and then they go and try to change the person. Now, vice versa, if I were to talk to a woman and she were to come into my life and try to change me, I'm going to reject it. So, yeah, I think I definitely appreciate his, you know, openness and his communication, and there's nothing wrong with that part of it. But what he's asking is a bit much when you compare her lifestyle before him and after him.
I see that.
Yeah, that's a good point because, yeah, I know she was like a competitive surfer or something like that, and like you said, a model. So that's the only issue I had. I'd say like if she was just like a regular girl he met and she didn't have that background, then he would have, you know, kind of laid out the boundaries. Then he wouldn't have been in the right at that point. But I think like when you try to change somebody, you know, that'd be like me dating a stripper and be like, hey man, why are you doing this? You know, and then trying to change her at that fact when I knew up front. So I do get with you on that. But I do agree with like what CLS, Taj, and Phil said about her dropping those texts out in the public.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, she definitely, that was wrong to do that. And, you know, the timing was terrible because like Phil said, I think she was like chasing that clout to a certain degree where it's just like, you know, okay, he don't want me no more. Like, let me put this out there like that. So any guy that's about to mess with her in the future, you better like look what she did to him, because people like that tend to do it. They're repetitive with that type of stuff. Yeah. Oh, Taj, you was about to say something?
No, I was saying, ain't she she's only like 26 or like 25, right?
Yeah, she's around that age range.
Yeah, so she's gonna do that anyway. It's immaturity.
Yeah, he always seemed like, and Jonah Hill always seemed like he I mean, over the years, like throughout his career, he always seemed like a very private person. Yeah. So no one really knew who he was dating anyway. You know what I mean? 'Cause I really didn't know who he was dating, to be honest with you, until that.
Yeah.
He's very private.
He's been secluded. I just think, man, honestly, I don't think he had like awareness of women and stuff like that. So like he came in like probably with the movie star mentality, like, look, I'm famous now. You need to conform. And then like what Manic was saying, this is like, hey, you gotta recognize who somebody is up front, and then move around accordingly. So I think some of that ego probably crept in.
He did. Yeah, I mean, he did get some better roles over the year, though. He did improve over the years.
Oh yeah, no, he is now.
He's a talented actor, man. I really like Jonah Hill. He's funny. He's witty and all that good stuff, and he can flat out act. But definitely he. I'm not even gonna say he took an L on this one, because at the end of the day, he did communicate what he wanted and what he didn't want. I think that the person who took an L in this one was Sarah Brady, just for the simple fact of leaking their private conversation messages. Like whenever you leak private messages, that's just weird. Like it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. Like that's some real weird, like weak stuff. Because it's like you want to get people behind you and riled up based on a private situation and conversation. So they weren't going to court against each other. They weren't like fighting in. So it's just like the relationship had ended. He moved on. Yeah, like that's that's a super red flag for any dude who would even consider talking to her. Like she should be blacklisted.
Yeah, especially the fact that Jonah Hill just had a kid and stuff like that. It's just like, damn, just move on, man. Like if you really don't care for somebody, they're out your life, man, you should just be grateful of that. But let me ask y'all a question. So say, because I do agree, like there's no issue with laying out your boundaries and stuff like that. How would you guys like communicate that type of stuff to somebody versus what like Jonah Hill did? So and I'll come to you first.
I think should be established in the very beginning before anything starts. Like you should let that out. Like I know a lot of people say you don't want to get into a big debate or have a conversation like that when you first meet somebody, but in my opinion, having that conversation in the beginning, there's no room for error at a later date. Like if I tell you from the beginning, hey, I don't smoke, period. Mm-hmm. And if you smoke later on, it's like, okay, cool. Well, you can't say that I didn't tell you in the beginning of this. So, and if you turn around and you break that, then that's on you. But at least I told you from day one.
CLS, you want to jump in on that? How would you handle that type of like establishing your boundaries?
Pretty much the same way. I don't think I would do it through text messages. I'd probably talk to her in person, face to face.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why I was.
Cool. Maybe he was just trying to like stay away from her, just kind of keep his distance. But talk to her in person if that's what it takes. Tell it to her face.
All right, Taj. How would you handle those communications? Or establishing your boundaries. Taj over there, focused. I'll come to him after. Go ahead, Manic. How would you handle those communications?
I think if I was in Jonah Hill's position, being a celebrity, first things foremost, I'd do an NDA. I'd make my lawyers make her sign a non-disclosure agreement, meaning that, hey, what happens in our relationship, you can't, essentially talk it out there, or you'll be liable to get, sued just because, we can look at this subjectively and, analyze his text messages, say, hey, he's just setting his boundaries. But this could damage his brand, if he would have just, let's say he would have cursed at her or would have been upset and said, you be, or, just in the heat of the moment or whatever, that could really damage his brand. So it's like, it's a level of risk that he's taken. So I know other celebrities do it. I'd probably follow suit. And more importantly, you do have to have some of those conversations, and you can't get into all the details of like, hey, you can't surf and all this. I don't like these type of relationships you have, because you're just not going to know when you're first meeting somebody. So there's a lot of things you don't know. But I think if he would address that, hey, I'm a celebrity who cares about my image and my brand. And there's certain things that I'm not going to be okay with you doing that you're currently doing. And, we'll get into that and, find a happy medium to give her like a heads up. But, who's to say he didn't do that? Right. But damn sure he definitely didn't do an NDA because, she would be scared to send those, make those text message publicized because, she could get sued.
Yeah, that's a good point, man, because I think definitely I didn't really think about it. I heard people talk about like those NDAs and stuff when they get famous, and I was like, that's kind of corny, but shit, the way that people are doing tell-all books and leaking stuff, man, it's like you got to protect yourself. I'll be writing like I was in the mafia or something, like somebody's gonna break into my device, because I mean his text messages was pretty polite and stuff, but so he came off like not too bad. But like you said, man, it's always that like you could personalize something and have that slip where you just cut somebody out or something. So I was like CLS said, I'll stay off these devices. I'll be like, look, we need to meet up front. I'll be patting you down for a wire,
But then I read somewhere that Chris Brown, I don't know if it was like Chris Brown or Bow Wow, something like that. Like if they invite a chick over their house, they'll have security, like greet them at the door, and then they'll have the NDA ready. Plus, he'll take their cell phone. So they won't be in the house like taking pictures and recording and shit, while they're inside the house.
Yeah.
And they get it on their way out the door.
Damn, that's some CIA shit right there, man.
Yeah.
I think.
And I don't think NDAs protect you against everything, but it's that nice level of comfort that certain extreme things won't get out without any repercussion. So
Taj, how would you handle those establishing your boundaries? We can't hear you. You might be on mute.
Yeah.
No, we still can't hear you.
Exit out and come back in. It might, your phone might be acting up.
Yeah, those iPhone 14s, for some reason, the newer iPhones, for some reason, they don't always work too well. But if you got an old phone, then it works just fine. Taj was having one of them new phones.
Which one do you have?
I got the 13. The 13 works all right. I don't have too many issues, but I know a couple people who had like the 14.
That motherfucker got a Motorola Razor.
Yeah.
And one of those what's those like sacks that people used to wear in the front, the wallet sacks? The fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
Taj, can you
hear me now?
Yeah, you good now.
All right, cool.
So how would you want to handle like establishing your boundaries?
Honestly, just like the way I usually do it is I sit down and like just have a straight talk. I keep it 100, from jump. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I'm kind of blunt. That's something I got to work on. But truth be told, I kind of get a feel for how she's thinking. I damn sure let her know how I'm thinking, and I just go from there. And then after that, I'll start asking questions. So like, how would you feel about this? How would you feel about that? And 9 times out of 10, she's gonna tell on herself anyway. So if as soon as I get that, like, okay, so clearly I ain't fucking with you. So it ain't working like that. Other than that, I'm a clean slate with everything, man. I'm not difficult. I let people tell on herself before anything.
Straight shooter.
If it's real, like if it's real like that, there's no need. You already gonna know what the boundaries are. You know what I mean? Just like I'm gonna know automatically. So that's why I let my words do the talking. I talk to you. I see how your brain works. You gonna tell yourself eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to chime in on what he was saying. That was one of the lessons that I learned too. Just to always follow the actions. Don't take everything at face value.
Something's
just
going
follow,
on
because their actions will tell you pretty much everything you need to know about that person. Just follow the actions.
Yeah, no, great points, man. Yeah, I think communication is the key. So I even think like in his text, like I said, he had great communication. It was just, not the best method. It's just like, hey, say that stuff out loud, and knowing who you're with, don't try to change the person. I think that's where he kind of messed up. It was just like, you can't do that because then it is going to look controlling. That's how it's going to come off to the female population. Because when I was like looking at like the news cycle, they were eating him up. They were like, he's insecure. He's not a real man. I was like, damn.
They were eating up Jonah Hill. I was like, dang, this man ain't do nothing but just say what he wanted. Yeah. That just goes to show you that everybody has an opinion, and some are going to agree with you and some aren't. Mm-hmm. So you just got to be aware of that. Like, you can't help it. It's just life.
All right. So has anybody else got anything else on this topic? If not, we'll go ahead and jump into the next one, and it kind of piggybacks off of this one. So anybody want to add
I just got
anything?
one more thing to add. I always got to add something. Sarah Brady fumbled the bag.
Oh, she
fumbled the bag with this one because not only did she expose her true nature, like any celebrity, anybody with any type of reputation or anything like that, they would be an idiot to deal with a woman like that. So she should definitely be blacklisted from dealing with any celebrities, because this is just how she rolls. She leaks text messages, personal conversations, months after or the relationship's over. So it's just like, hey, this is a heads up, guys. Take note. Like, she's not one for the celebrity.
I gotta take it a step further. Sarah done messed up the bag. Sarah, month one, Sarah, you should have been pregnant. You shouldn't have been pregnant month one. You should have got the check, but instead you was messing around being bitter. Oh, let me stop playing.
She's still gonna get it. Somebody come along and still try to get her, yo. Watch.
Yeah, just not somebody with a brand.
Yeah, he gonna be a surfer dude that's all strung out.
Yeah.
No, he was in the wrong. He was just insecure. He's gonna do that whole Mr. Nice Guy approach. But all right, now I appreciate that. Yeah, that's a good point. But we'll go ahead and move into the next topic. So yeah, just kind of like I said, piggybacking off of the first one, because it kind of tied into it. It had me thinking, it's like, should men start dating like women and be more selective with their preferences? And it kind of give you guys some context for that. Like example, a lot of women choose men based on their financial stability. They say, I want an ambitious guy and what type of career he has. Should men start choosing women based on these type of factors? Because a lot of times men, we're just shallow. We're like, hey, she just gotta look good and be a little nice. We need to step it up in those like categories and be a little more selective. And I'll come to you first, Phil.
So, in my opinion, this may come off bad, but like in today's world, I personally don't. I think everything should be equal, right? So, I've dated women that had nothing. Then I did a lot of dating women that had more than I did, and it's refreshing knowing that I could take my girl out. My girl can also take me out, right? So in terms of a financial situation, like I think we should be equal. Like you should bring something to the table, just like I bring something to the table. If I go down, you should be able to hold me down. If you go down, I'll be able to hold you down, right? So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And in terms of like, education, like I want a girl who's smart. I want a girl I can have a conversation with. I can have an intellectual thing as opposed to social media and anything else. And I'm not trying to take care of anybody. I'm not trying to sit there and solely have one income in a household where I have to like take care of you 24/7. This in today's world, like that used to work in the old times, but like nowadays, everybody should be independent, in my opinion. And I think everybody should have an equal thing at the table.
Oh shit, Phil was throwing some shots. That's what I'm talking about, Phil. All right, Tosh, what's your take on that? Should men be more selective and start dating like women?
Shit, I agree with Phil, man. Shit. I agree with Phil, man. That's just simply put, he's absolutely right. Back in the old days, one income was enough. But now in today's world, man, you need that extra person to pull in that weight. You know what I mean? You got to bring something to the table. Otherwise, if you don't, you might as well not even throw your hat in the ring. Yeah,
I feel you on that. All right, CLS.
I mean, I agree with them both, Taj and Phil. I mean, a situation I could think of that happened like in recent years. I was using a dating app. Some girl I met on Tinder. We was talking for a few days. What I learned about her within those couple of days was this chick. She was in school. Now she was in school full time, and she was a single parent. She had a daughter, but she didn't have a car. She didn't have a job, and she was on. And for some reason, she was on probation. Yeah, it's crazy, yo. It's crazy. And she was like, and she called me one day. Well, she texted me one day, and she was like, yeah, I just need a favor. And I said, what's up? And she was
like, oh shit, the whole favor.
Like, can I borrow your address? I said, can you borrow my address? Yeah, I just need to, give my PO address. So that way, blah, blah. I was like, no. We've been talking for like 2 minutes. Give me my damn address. You can give me your PO. Get out of here, bro.
Try to set you up.
Should have gave it up, pussy.
Next thing you know, you get mail forwarded to my spot and all that. So nah. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it always helps when you meet someone and you guys are like equally, I guess what they say, equally yoked. Like you guys, bring the same things to the table. Like you got a job, car, job, your own place,
But CLS, I gotta give you some pushback. What happened if she had like a great personality and she was like wifey material, like she could hold down a household, and you missed out on that?
Nigga, if she was Halle Berry, the end result still would have been the same. And I like Halle Berry, by the way. The end result would still be the same. It'd still be the same, bro.
You don't think though, like if she had a great personality, maybe she couldn't like had growth after she met you?
Yeah, but I mean, you got time. I mean, dude, I think it just depends on how old the person is, though. You know what I mean? Once you hit a certain age, I mean, you should already be established. You know what I'm saying? Have your own shit. If you want me to have you want a man. You know what I'm saying? They're on these dating apps or whatever, and all these different dating sites trying to pursue men that are like top tier dudes or whatever. They got all this stuff going for them. They got a lot of money. They got their own place, cars, whatever. Yeah, and then you some I don't know, some fake ass Instagram model working at fucking I don't know like Chick-fil-A or Starbucks or some shit. You used a cashier at Starbucks, I don't know, making $10 an hour or whatever.
But what happened if she like found I'm just messing with you, CLS. I just wanted to give you like that's like the female responses. They were like, well, so what happened if she like was the best person? And I was giving you the female pushback. Yeah, all right, Manic. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
All right, Manic. What's your whole take? Do you think men should start being more selective, or we need to switch it up a little bit, move from our beauty standards?
I mean, you know how I've been all over the internet, preaching the 50-50 and that women need to be, equal accountability partners and whatnot. So that sentiment stays the same. It's consistent with what Phil and Taj were saying, or Taj, my bad, what Taj was saying, and CLS. So just as far as preferences, absolutely. I think that men should be a little bit more, should definitely take a page out of women's book as far as seeking people with value, and women who are professional have way more value than women who aren't, because it is 2023. You can't do nothing with a broke chick. Like, like broke women, it's just like it's not a thing anymore. Maybe back in the day, but this is a new society. I mean, we've grown past that. It's like if you're broke in today's society, man or woman, I mean, it's just not sought after. So it's just like the same type of energy needs to be reciprocated. And I get it. People have to build. So I think you always have to take into account somebody's age when you're judging
so
them.
34. Let me give you an age. 34.
Oh, 34.
Still need to build.
I mean, if you're still building at 34, you should be building more. Mm-hmm. Like it shouldn't be like, hey, I got to figure out what I'm going to do for a job and whatnot. I mean, it's cool when you do like career changes and whatnot, or like, hey, I was doing this for so long and now I want to do something a little different. That's fine. You're still young enough to like switch careers and take different levels of risk. But if you're trying to still figure it out, or try and be, I'm gonna take a shot at entrepreneur. You're still trying to be an entrepreneur, and like this is your fourth failed business. It's like, hey,
you selling hair weave out the trunk of your car, talking about I'm an entrepreneur.
Selling it online on Instagram.
So I think women should be a little bit. I think men should be more selective with their preferences, because if somebody's just attractive, that's kind of like the main preference we have as men. If somebody's just attractive, they can bring more damage to your life than good. Versus if you were to get with somebody who's, they don't have to be rich or nothing, but I mean, if they have their own situation going, and they might just be more appreciative because they know how hard they've had to work, and they can understand, that dynamic. So there's like a level of understanding when you have somebody who's, somebody's going to take care of me type thing. Like that's just a nightmare and headache, because there's going to be basic things that you're going to have to argue with that person, because they're not going to fundamentally understand how to get it on their own. So they're not going to be able to even understand your struggle if you try to take on that to like provide for them. So
I think you guys are capping. Let me give y'all a scenario. Let me test y'all out.
But women always shit.
Oh, go ahead, CLS.
No, I was just gonna say women always shit on men. Talk about if a guy tries to pursue a woman and their girlfriends start to chime in or whatever, and it's like, well, why you want to date him? It's like, yeah, I mean, if that person doesn't improve the quality of your life, why? I don't think that person deserves to be in your life. They're not making it better or helping you build. So what's the point? It goes both ways. Women just highlight when men ain't shit and they try to pursue their friend, their girlfriends or whatever. And it was like, well, how is he going to improve the quality of your life or make it better?
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, if you're a weak-minded dude and like you seek validation from other dudes looking at your girl, then yeah, go for the broke chick that looks attractive. Like, if you need male validation to validate you, like, oh man, you got a fine girl. Like, if you're that type of guy, then yes, go for the girl that looks the best, that has the drama. You got to put up with it because you feel like you get respect from other men looking at your girl. That's that if that's you, then that's you. But like, if you are about growth and you're trying to prosper, then I think finding somebody who has a level of mental stability and quite frankly, a professional woman has to have some level of that or they wouldn't be in their position. So it's like
let me give you the scenario real quick because I think we're capping a little bit. So okay, like a 10. You see her out there. She's giving you good vibes, very nice, but she's just broke. You want to be like receptive to that. You want to like pursue that a little bit.
Let me chime in. I'm gonna say this, right? So
go ahead, Phil.
That woman comes into a situation. She only has one thing to offer me: sex, her body, everything else. That is it. So if that's all she has to offer me, that's all I'm gonna use her for.
Yeah,
that's it. There's not gonna be anything to build on.
Give her DNA.
If the question comes up as to why I'm not thinking about a relationship, I'm like, what do you have to offer?
Yeah,
you only have sex. You only have your body, right? Then that's what I'm gonna treat you as. Because you have nothing else to give me.
Okay, but say like through that process when you're having your relations with her and you start seeing some like good qualities and stuff. She's kind of a ride or die chick. Does the dynamic change a little bit or still the same thing?
How can she hold me down? How? What can she do for me?
I mean, if he's the breadwinner, he's just gonna groom her into being a sandwich making trophy wife.
Hell yeah.
and me personally, I don't want that.
That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen.
That's not what I want.
I know that's not what you want, but I'm just saying, like, if there's someone in a better position that pursues her, then that's probably what he's gonna do. He's gonna groom her into the person that he wants her to be.
And then she'll in turn be superficial, materialistic, and that's not what any man realistically wants.
At all.
Not all.
Okay. At all. No, that's pretty solid points because I think that's why I posed this because a lot of times like we do run into guys where it's just like you need to be the provider, and I agree. Like, man, you're supposed to provide knowledge, structure, and stuff like that, but to be like just a wallet to somebody, that would get old pretty quick and stuff like that. So I do think like guys to a certain degree, we got to start like. Like I said, if they're proposing some preferences on us, we do need to look at it the same way because it's just like, hey, especially with prices. I think Taj, you were talking about it, man. Everything's escalated. I mean, I was looking at like 1-bedroom apartments, around this area. It's like almost mortgage prices now. So,
it's ridiculous.
It's just ridiculous. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man. Yep.
So no broke chicks, huh? That's
it's like those girls. Like when if you watch a basketball game, you watch an NBA game, you see those girls sitting courtside, like close to the players and shit. Them bitches, they don't even know the game. You know what I'm saying? So they don't understand the game. So why are they there?
You said they over there playing Uno and shit, huh?
Uno. So, did he just score a field goal? No, he scored a basket. They don't know what the hell they're watching, man.
Yeah, they be bad as hell though, but that's true. Yeah, they be just sitting there dolled up.
Yeah.
Rocking about like $50,000 worth of jewelry.
Yeah.
They gotta take back tomorrow.
Get the tag on the dress. Yeah. They did it back in the 90s. Yeah.
All right, so here I got another question for y'all. So what is the minimum like amount then that you accept? Because I got it. We said broke, but we gotta put a number to it because I know a lot of times we ask females, they gotta put a dollar amount to that lower amount. So I'll start with Taj first. What would be the lowest amount you'll accept?
That's why it's perfect to
the
start
whole
with you. He did
internet.
that show on purpose.
Yeah, I know, right? He was like, click.
He said, "You can't start with me."
Here, let me. I'll exit him out when he come back in. So I'll go to I'll go to you first, CLS. Oh, okay, he back.
Something's going
You
on.
back, Taj?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
That's perfect. We start with you
good.
because you're the
Yeah.
youngest dude. So
Yeah, Taj. So what would be the lowest amount you'll accept?
her annual income.
Shit, I don't even fucking know, fellas. I don't know. See, right now where I'm at now. I'm close to damn near. Like I'm in I want to say 74,000. So she's got to be close to that for me.
Damn, that's
Close to
what I'm
that.
talking about. Taj getting that bread, man.
Get there.
Well, I'm training up to be a police officer now, fellas. So I'm about to take that extra step. So that's where I'm about to be.
All right, well, let me know when you get that first paycheck so I can rob your ass. I mean, off duty. I would never do nobody in uniform. You know, I am a man of the law to a certain degree. But, all right, Phil, what about you? What would be the lowest amount?
I'm gonna be
Because
real.
Phil's over there getting some bread, y'all.
It's I think it's location based, right? So based on where I am in the DC, Virginia area, like that to me, they have to have at least 80.
Yeah.
Right now, if I take a place like Delaware where it's very low income, and we're looking at like 50 to 60.
You're looking at $20 and shit.
I want her to be close to where I am.
Damn right.
And if she's not that close, striving to get there. That's what I'll say.
Because I just learned because you two are from Baltimore, from Delaware, right?
Who?
You and Manic.
Yeah.
Aren't you from Delaware?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Shout out to the 302.
I know what I'm saying. Like,
y'all two in the building.
That's where then you I think you went to the same college. My mom went to the same school you went to. Was it Del State, University of Delaware?
Nah, I went to Arizona State.
Oh, okay.
I went to a few colleges out in Georgia.
I went to Rikers Island University.
I graduated from George Mason University.
But all right, Manic. So what's your dollar amount?
Oh man, my dollar amount. It changes. It really depends. I think at a bare minimum, I would say bare minimum 70K, just because I am in the DMV area. And that's not even half of what I make. Just a humble brag. But
asshole alert.
Yeah, I think it would more depend on her spending habits, like because somebody can be making 80, 90, or even $100,000 and have like a significant amount of debt and terrible spending habits. So one of the first conversations I like to have with people that I'm vetting and interested in pursuing is a conversation about finances and what's their relationship with finances and kind of what type of activities and hobbies do they have. Because if they have an expensive ass hobby, like a lot of women say, I love to travel. I travel all the time. It's like, okay, that's great. How do you do it? How often do you travel? I start picking up on that. If you've taken 5 trips in 1 year, I mean, I know how I travel. So I'm going to assume that, you know, when you're traveling, you're having a good time, you're spending money, and financially that takes a hit. So are you traveling with your actual savings, which means you're not really saving much? Are you traveling on credit, which is a major red flag to where it's like, hey, you're not about to rack up a whole bunch of debt. Get with me. And then now you have somebody to like pay it off. Like,
okay. Yeah, your debt becomes your debt.
Even student loans, like unfortunately we live in a world where, you know, people change majors and, you know, are indecisive with their careers and their future. And, you know, it's a reality. And, you know, asking somebody at 18 to choose what you want to do for the rest of your life, that's a pretty tough decision. I personally switched my major a couple of times, so I understand, you know, that maybe you didn't make the best decisions early on, but if you're still paying for that, then it's just, I need to know how bad the bleeding is, because, you know, even though I switched majors, you know, I had some scholarships and I was still able to financially take care of it. So I paid off my student loans. And I would be okay with some level of student loans, but just not anything crazy, because, you know, some people have over $100,000, over six figures in student loans, and it's just like, I don't care how great you look. I don't care if you're making $200,000. If you got $300,000 in student loans, that interest, really does matter. So it's like, hey, you might be, outside. So, and then if you have expensive habits, like you always want to go out, you want to eat at expensive restaurants, you want to travel all the time, and just spend money, then that's going to be a no, because that's not going to be sustainable for someone like me. So 70,000 with great spending habits and a savings is cool with me. And obviously the more money, the better, because I'm not looking for something to just be on some like, hey, this is just some fun time. I'm looking for, I'm thinking about the future, and I'm trying to build a legacy and generational wealth, and that takes sacrifice. So somebody making 70,000 with great spending habits and a savings and great saving habits and great financial literacy, and can like understand, I can help you get to that, six figures easily.
Let me go ahead and get CLS's response. I think we're letting him out the hook. He's having time to formulate his.
I mean, you guys, between the three of you guys, I mean, you pretty much just summed it all up. I mean, yeah, because I was gonna.
What's the dollar amount though? See if what would be the lowest amount?
I don't know, maybe 50,000 or something. I mean, it just depends. Depends on the person. Because how do you know? Like, what if they're still in school, or they're still in school and they're working full time and going to school full time. You know what I mean? They're in the process of. They're gonna eventually start earning more money once they graduate from college. If they are in school or doing some kind of certification or something.
Yeah. CLS got a matter of fact. CLS has an excellent point. I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna drop it down from 70 to I'll do
69, 500 or something.
I'll do 60. I dropped a whole 10,000. Thank you, CLS. That's a great perspective to have.
I was
gonna still be getting it.
Because if you're making over 100,000, you go to a club or something, you meet a girl and she's only making, I don't know, 40 or 50,000 a year. Who's to say, you guys get together and you I don't know, you start a business together. You can, like you said, you can help her build more wealth together. You know what I mean? But you just gotta figure out her, her financial state, make sure she ain't like in debt. Because I used to work with this dude. I think I might have mentioned it before. I used to work with a guy. He married this girl. She had all this student loan debt. And then once they filed their taxes, they ended up taking it all away, because now her debt became his debt. Yeah. He didn't know that. I was like, damn, they took all that shit.
No, that's a good point, man. All y'all made some excellent points. I like how Phil factored in, the cost of living for different areas.
Yeah.
And I do like how Manic, when you were talking about the different levels of debt, because I think that's a thing that does blindside a lot of guys, because it's like when you merging with somebody, all that comes into you, like CLS was outlining. It's like, hey, that could be a tricky slope. So it is like you do got to move with a little more caution nowadays. But it's hard to put a number to stuff. It's just a funny topic because, people, when you put them on the spot to see what number they're going to give out and stuff like that. But all right, I got one more question and we'll jump into like the Reddit response.
No. Hold on. We got a question for you. Hold on. You got to answer the question too. If you was out here, hypothetically speaking, a man of your stature and what you do, and what would be the lowest salary you would consider?
Damn. I got to factor in. I'm a foodie. I like. I'd be like 120,000.
Damn, all right. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be like about 120, man. I can't.
So you just dating women?
I like silk.
Yeah.
Nothing but silk hits his body. CLS.
They just want.
Don't shame me. These are my preferences.
You just want to like your silk and your camels and your gold.
Yeah. No, I gotta spit some taste out here, man.
Yeah. Right. No, I knew he was gonna say.
God damn it, Manic.
See, I'm not the only asshole over here. Look, this dude, he's worse than me.
Hold on, I like where Phil's going with this. You said you would agree with me, Phil?
I'm making over 100,000. I'm going to school full time. I'm tired as shit. But if you don't match my drive, I can't do it. So I'm gonna up my amount from 80 to 100.
Oh, okay.
Period.
Yeah,
because if I can do that shit, I know anybody else can too.
I like that, Phil.
How driven you are.
Phil, listen, I done had filet mignon. Ain't no way in hell I'm going back to Chili Mac.
No, listen, I lived that life. I like steak. I like nice clothes. I like steak. And I bust my ass and I got it. And I worked hard for it. So anybody else can do the same thing.
Is it you're not going back
That's
to
what
ramen?
I'm talking about.
Ramen
no,
noodles and
I'm
hot
never
pockets.
going back to ramen. Only upscale ramen.
I don't know. I mean, Jerk. I remember Jerk when we was in Fort Hood. He used to fuck those them pizza rolls up. What was that pizza roll?
That was my get over, man.
He used to fuck them shits up.
Yeah, pizza rolls and sardines and shit. Yeah, I was broke then, man.
You got to think for pizza rolls, man. He was fucking pizza rolls up.
Hey, it was funny, man. I used to purposely, like, you know, in the barracks, we'll all be like huddled up with each other in groups. So I knew like CLS didn't like spicy food. So I'll purposely like get jalapenos on my pizza. So he would have asked for none. I'm like, hey man, you want a slice? He'd be like, oh man, I can't have none. I'm like, oh man, that's a shame. Well, there's jalapenos on everything.
Dude, he just made that shit up. I don't even like hot food.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I got it, because you didn't like it.
No, just well, I've never done that. No, we used to
no, I did that to you. That's what I'm saying.
You never did.
He's
that.
Like, hey, you want some water? Oh damn, I put jalapenos in it. I like my water with jalapenos.
No, he never did that to be like when we were like we just stay in the same barracks or whatever. No, our homeboys used to come over and try to eat all our shit up. We got it.
That did happen.
We have our shit stocked. They would come in there and try to drink all our juice up and eat pizza and pretty much eat our leftovers and shit. Yeah, they did.
But I got one last question for y'all. So okay, so we all said that there's got to be like I'll say a financial preference, you know, for us guys moving forward. So would you guys date I'm gonna say a wealthy 5R6? And I'm starting with Manic on this one.
My answer is yes. I will definitely go with and it doesn't necessarily
built like a bag of bricks. Let me add that in there.
No, okay. Nah. See, you can't be adding shit after.
Yeah.
Midway, he was like, gotcha.
He was like, oh, you take it? Okay, built like no.
All right, just the original one, like
okay, just an original. If it's the face, that's a 6. I could do it. But the body, you know, that's something that it has to be, you know, to a certain standard and quality. But honestly, it's not necessarily just the money. It's about like all of it. Like if you're have a good personality, you have good financial.
Keep it brief, Charles Schwab. All right.
Okay, if you have a good personality, you got, you know, good spending habits, you know, you're peaceful, and then you do the same type of activities, like you genuinely enjoy the same type of things. Like I would give it a shot. I would give it a shot with a 6.
All right, CLS, I'm coming to you.
Now you trying to make me look like fucking Shallow Hal on here? How would you get with a rich 6? No, I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
I don't know.
See, like, no, I'm not letting you get off.
I'm not gonna be Jack Black on here. I'm good.
Hold on. See, let's not. You can't run away from this smoke.
Hold on. They gonna cancel the shit out of y'all niggas. This motherfucker sounds shallow. Talking about 6. The nigga, you ain't Tyson Beckford. Like nah.
CLS, you wouldn't do a 6.
I've already done 6s before.
Hey, okay, that's the point. That's the point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, so you would do it.
Yeah.
Fucking 2s, 3s, 0s, -0s.
Exactly them all.
My man said smoking, non-smoking. All right, Phil, I'm coming to you.
I'll just be straight to the point, man. If you're a 6 and you match like my personality and we get along, and a lot of other things that a lot of people take for granted, like now at my age, I'm looking for somebody that has the same type personality. If we can laugh and hang out and do a lot of things and have a good time, that 6 is going to go to a 10. Just because that 6 looking a certain way is great. But if you could be 10 and have a horrible personality, I'll up you on to a 5. So a 6 with a good personality that matches me, absolutely.
Hey, I gotta apply some pressure. Hold on.
Go ahead, Martin. Get on them.
So you said a 6. You could do a 6. Can you do a 5? Same thing.
Personalities, all that.
Yeah. Okay. Could you do a 4?
No.
Well, 5's
so
average. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you think about it, 5's average.
So between the 4, what happens with the 4? Perfect personality, all that. Why can't you do that?
Because at a certain point, attraction is a big part of a relationship, man. And that's being real. I don't care if you're a woman or a man. At some point, if the attraction is not there, the relationship, it may work in the beginning off personality, but it's eventually going to die.
I mean, you're going to deal with somebody just going to just let herself go.
I had to pull it out of him because we were about to just let him off the hook without an explanation. So 4 is as low as he could go. What about you? It's Taj's turn now.
Yeah, it's Taj's turn. How about you, Taj?
Can y'all hear me? Because I am having some trouble.
Yeah, no, you're doing good, man.
We can hear you
straight.
Very good.
Well, first things first, I kind of had them all myself. I've had 10s, I've had 1s, I've had 3 and
That's what I'm
impossible.
talking about.
So
The whole spectrum.
There you go. Yep.
I'm with Phil. I rock like that. I'm all about a good vibe, man. We can click, we can connect on a different type of level. I rocks with you. I used to be a big ass fat chaser. I ain't gonna front. You know, I don't know what it was. I connected with them more.
Yeah.
What we talk about, like 180 or would you say like 220? Like
maybe a little more than that with me.
Yeah, I was about to say he didn't even flinch on the 220. So
yeah, he was like 180. Shit.
It's up.
I mean, dude, come on.
You working
dude.
out?
Yeah, give him.
Hey,
I mean,
to each their own.
your looks are
Yeah,
gonna change your looks are gonna change for the rest of your life anyway, though.
Hey, look.
So
Man,
No, that's true. Facts.
Yeah,
I never judged. I never
So,
judged. I was always for the person that could click with me and understand me. You know what I mean? Just see me for who I was. I'm pretty much there. I'm head over heels from there on. You know what I mean? Now,
How was that like?
Like, what you mean?
Don't answer.
Oh, okay.
We normatic on this one.
Okay.
You said what?
Okay, we'll talk about it in the back chat.
Yeah.
Because I know you like to work out. I know you guys like to work out. I know you two like to work out. So yeah, I mean, of course, you want to be with somebody who likes to work out like with you too, right? You know what I mean? A woman that's into like running and exercising and all that stuff, trying to stay fit. You want to be with somebody who's gonna be sitting on the couch like fucking Peggy Bundy eating bonbons and off the soap all day and shit. Not like that, right?
Bro, look, I'm being straight up, man. Like with me, it's not that difficult. You know what I mean? I go with a vibe. That's it. You know what I mean? I'm not holding nobody up to anything. You know what I mean?
See, Taj got guns, man. Stop playing, Taj. Man, you kind of in shape, Taj. He's like, man, I can do it.
I'm just saying, you want somebody you can work out with, though. What if you go on a light jog or some, or walk the dog?
Yeah, like
he said, light jog.
It ain't gonna be forced because that's my lifestyle. You know, I ain't gonna force the person.
See, this is why Taj gets in the gym so he can lift them up.
Of course, I'm sliding. Hey, let's go to the gym here and there. But I ain't gonna be like
what CLS said. Beauty fades.
It does.
Looks fade. And you have to have that personality as you get older to keep you there. That's what's going to keep you there, not the looks.
Yep. Your personality going to be the same for the rest of your life, for the most part. I'm understanding that.
You motherfuckers sound like the Notebook. Personality.
I'm just being real,
Stay
man.
forever. That's what we're doing now.
I like Taj's take, though. I like Taj's take. I do.
Yeah.
No, I do like all y'all perspectives. And I do think, man, at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. But personality doesn't.
They're right.
Pillow talk is important, I'm saying you want to marry a beautiful fool and be laying next to a boring ass chick for the rest of your life.
Man, listen.
I like pillow talk. Man. I like laying next to the bed.
Hold on. Did he say
shit
Shrek?
all night. Huh?
For real, I've dealt women that look like damn near Shrek. You know what I mean? But we click. We mess around. I don't discriminate, dude. Like real talk.
Yeah.
I gotta ask a question. CLS.
Tosh.
So we know Phil's is 4. That's the lowest he'll go. CLS, what's the lowest you go?
Same, 4 or 5. I just want somebody. I mean, it's like you said. I mean, that's what you're drawn to when you first meet a person. Like you see a person walking at the, down the hall. If you're at the mall, walking down the hall or whatever, shopping or whatever, you're gonna see the person approaching you or walking in your direction. You notice their looks first. That's the thing that's gonna lure you in the first place, right? And if the feeling is mutual, he's attracted to you. You guys are vibing. You're talking. It's just, I mean, it's the looks are the thing that's gonna get your attention. But that's not the thing that's gonna keep you there. You know what I mean? It's not for me.
So your lowest is a 4.
I guess I don't know, 4 or 5. I don't know. I guess.
Okay, 5. Okay, so he said 4 or 5. Taj, what's your lowest?
The number can go up.
My lowest now,
yeah, lowest.
My lowest now would probably like a 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
Okay. My lowest is still a 6.
Oh,
I just want to make that clear.
Well, what do you consider? All right. Well, what do you consider
5,
a 6 though? Name a celebrity that you consider a 6.
I can't even think off the top of my head.
Just think of one.
But I'll tell you what a 6 is. A 6 is like maybe the face isn't all that, but the body is still intact. Like, whether it's like a slim build or a slim thick build, or even a nice body, but the face is like
so
maybe not the greatest. So like the body, as long as and then like I'm a thing for as I've gotten older, I've realized how important genetics play. So I'm more on like, slimmer type women. So even if they're not like toned or super crazy, backside, like as long as they're like slim, like cool.
But do you have a dating pattern? Like all your exes look similar?
I wouldn't say similar, but my exes, they look all right.
Because I do have some friends who got dating patterns. Like all their ex-girlfriends are like light skin with hazel eyes or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I don't have any
light skin girls.
Yeah, no, I don't have any like hardcore preferences. I think all women are beautiful, honestly. Like I can deal with a very dark skin, and I can deal with a very light skin. I could, deal with, white, Asian, Indian. Like a beautiful woman is a beautiful woman to me. And like with going all the way down to a 6, there's a lot of leeway.
I don't know. You look
in
like
in that beauty department.
You look like one of them light skinned dudes that be chasing them light skinned girls too.
I mean, honestly, I like women who like me. So, I mean, sometimes that's like a light-skinned chick. Sometimes it's a dark-skinned chick. Sometimes it's a white chick. Sometimes it's a Asian chick. Sometimes it's a Hispanic chick. Like, if you like me.
That's the whole colorism thing. I remember we said it was slavery. You guys would all be in the fucking house, and me and Taj be out in the field with the real niggas. We all be in the field.
I mean, I would be in the field with you, man. I'm dark-skinned.
You're gonna be in the house. You're gonna be the butler.
I'm gonna be in the house looking out the window. Like if CLS don't get his shit together, I'm telling.
I'm not light skinned. I'm dark skinned.
You gonna be in there too? You gonna be in there?
Oh, no doubt. I'm gonna be in the house. I'll be like, look, CLS, keep on. He ain't doing this shit. I'm telling.
You're gonna be in the house.
I'm snitching.
I'm telling. And sweeping the floor and.
You telling?
Yeah, you gonna tell.
So, Jerk, what's the lowest you could you do a 6?
Oh man, I'll go to a 5. Like if the bread, she got some bread. Yeah, I told my wife, I was like, hey, me and you don't work out. I was like, man, I'm getting a busted chick with bread. I'm gonna call her Queen. I'm like, hey, come here, Queen.
Come here, Oprah.
Come here, Queen. Yeah, hey. So no, this kind of shocked me. I thought you guys would be a little shallow, man. We actually we ain't too bad, man. We actually,
so for the record, I think I'm the most shallow person here.
So you definitely are, but we got some pretty low standards. Now that I think about it,
we all have some low standards.
Start calling them how? He's shallow how?
Yeah.
So you want the chick with one big breast or half a brain?
I'm taking the full brain. I'm taking the full brain. I can't do a dumb chick.
Hey, that was a funny movie. We might have to do that breakdown sometime.
Oh yeah, we gotta do it.
We were talking about that shit. He said, "Which one would you want though?"
Half a brain, half a brain.
If it said one breast,
but this
one titty or a half a brain or a brain.
This was a fun topic though. But let's go ahead and jump into the Reddit response. So let me cue that up. Get ready to get your read on Manic.
All right.
Fix
my glasses.
Was he asking on a guy?
Yeah, so he got the best eyes since he's the shallowest. It makes sense now.
Yeah.
All right. Do I need to blow it up more or?
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh shit.
Now I can't.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Asking out a guy. So I'm a female, 21, and I've been crushing pretty hard on this one guy at the gym. He's a regular. I've seen him a fair amount of times at the gym. He once asked if I would like to join him in his set. At the same time, I was receiving a phone call from a friend. I had accidentally ignored him and answered my friend because I was really nervous around him. I don't see him as often at the gym anymore. I was thinking of asking him for his phone number, but again, I'm really shy and nervous. Any advice on how to approach a guy in the gym?
All right. So we're going to come to Phil and Taj first. So Phil, go ahead, set this off. Since y'all out here swole, man. Y'all probably just took a sip of some creatine.
They've been talking about me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you might be the recipient of this.
That's fucking steroids and Cocoa Puffs.
But all right, go ahead, Phil. We'll go ahead and give you the scenario first.
In today's world, I don't see why it should be simply the man approaching the female. Like if the female wants a guy, she should have, the strength of get over her anxiety or whatever to have a conversation with a guy. I've met some women who approached me and I was like completely shocked. I'm like, she's like, I want you. You look good. And that to me was intriguing. I love that. I don't have to chase any female. If she wanted to come up to me, I was like, wow, like you walked all the way over here to have a conversation with me. That's bold because you don't typically see that. And that also shows the strength. It shows how like they're looking at life as like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go have that conversation. What do I have to lose? So that's just me being real.
Okay.
I
All
agree.
right.
I
All right,
agree.
Taj. What do you think they need to do, or what would the approach be? What she needs to do?
Just come talk to me, because 9 times out of 10, I'm showing off any damn way.
So you got the baby oil on in there,
All right.
the spaghetti strap.
Is he gonna take your?
Hell, I ain't got shit on half time. I'm up here trying to flip.
Is he walking around with his shirt off, looking like Lou Ferrigno's poop?
You gotta do it. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
So Taj, you're saying she just needs to approach, just like stop being scared and go ahead and like roll up on him.
Talk to me, because I'm always friendly with everybody in the gym anyway. I'm always, if you're not talking to me, I'm coming to talk to you. You know what I mean? Not on no thirsty type shit, but like just to be friendly. That's it.
Okay.
So if you want to talk,
All right, Manic. What would you think she needs to do in this scenario?
Just walk up to him and like politely say, "Hey, excuse me," and then just give him a hand job, like right there on the spot. Like, it's like, and then ask for his number. No, I think that because women don't often approach, I think that if she were to just walk up to him casually and just let him know the same way that she's letting us know in the message, she could just literally walk up to him and say, "Hey, my name's such and such. I'm really shy, and this was really hard for me to do, but I think you're attractive, and I would like to get to know you." Like, that would work perfectly for a guy, because the fact that it just never happens, like, you done put yourself a leg up on all the women. It's like, you're different. And that's honestly what guys look at. We look for women who are different than the rest, just like women who look for guys to have that spark and that magical, like, honestly, you would just be putting yourself and making yourself different, because women don't do that. And if you're a woman that's showing that you actually desire a guy and you're bold enough to do that, now don't walk up to him and say, "I like you. I think you cute. You need to give me your number." Like, that's weird. Like, that's different.
Aggressive as fuck.
That's aggressive.
Yes,
chase me away.
Yeah.
All right, let me get CLS in here. CLS, how you think she should handle it? And I got a follow up for you after you answer this.
No, just be yourself. Just walk up, just speak. I mean, like in the message or whatever, she said that. Didn't he ask her to join in for a set? And then that's when she got the phone call or something?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that would be the perfect time to, like, just ask him, like, "Hey, you want to go out and get a drink sometime or get something?" But even if she never walked up to him, I've learned that, dude, women don't have to say anything. You can look in a guy's direction and smile at the guy, and the guy will approach you because you look friendly, you look welcoming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we'll pursue you. Because we're like, we're hunters. We go after the shit we want. Men are hunters.
You're kind of an expert in this dating shit, man.
I'm not.
You
need
got down to the damn science.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Hey man, it's just like Dave Chappelle said. He said men have nice things because we know women like nice things. He said if a man could fuck a woman in a cardboard box, he wouldn't buy a house.
So let me ask y'all a question, just to flip the. Yeah, let me ask y'all a question, just to flip the scenario a little bit. So say she did approach him and she got shot down. How should she handle that, then? Because it's the shit guys go through, ladies.
Take that shit on the chin.
Keep it pushing. Take that L and keep moving. Don't let it deter you for the next guy.
Yeah. And plus, she's in the gym. Somebody's gonna push up on her in the gym. There's plenty of thirsty ass niggas in the gym. Somebody gonna see her doing like squats or something, trying to curl like little 10-pound dumbbells or something. They're gonna walk up. "Oh, let me help you with those reps." So there's always gonna be some meathead in there gonna ask her out. Maybe not the dude she want, but I don't know.
It's gonna be a dude that walk up to her and say, "I like your shoes."
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are nice shoes that you have on.
Those are really comfortable shoes. I wish I had comfortable shoes like that. Forrest Gump her ass.
All right, so let's go ahead and flip it on the guys though. So if you saw a female you were interested in the gym, how would you approach her? Taj, how would you?
Honestly, I walk up to her and be like, honestly just try to bullshit and be like, you know, what exercise are you working on, or try to make it seem like she don't know what she's doing, and like I'll show her a good technique or whatever, and that's how I'll get going. Mm-hmm. My way is kind of boring, but it works every time. So that's all it is. Just pretty much try to critique what she's doing, or if she has a question, answer it. You know, be a little bit too friendly here and there. You know what I mean? Get her to laugh a bit, slip a little flirt. You know, then you'll have it right in there, because they're already going in, you know, with the thought that guys are going to be trying to talk to them anyway. They know what they're doing. Walk in there with the tight ass spandex and shit. They know we're going to be watching.
They know what they're doing, man.
Exactly.
They know what they're doing.
So,
Taj, you told me you ain't had no game like episode 2, man. You lying to me.
They ain't no type of game,
since
man.
the game.
That ain't no game. That's just
Taj. That's game, baby. That's game.
And it ain't game.
Yeah. If they ain't want us to look, I'm saying they can go in there. They can go in the gym with a whole fucking sweatsuit on, put some sweatpants and a sweater on. He wants to look at your shit.
You said a turtleneck on with some sweats.
Yeah, a turtleneck, a motherfucking turtleneck, and I don't know, like some gray sweatpants with motherfucking Kool-Aid stains on it.
All right, CLS. So how would you approach a female in the gym?
I mean, like I said, if she looked friendly, like, you know, we made eye contact and she looked friendly, I would speak to her and just ask her if I could join her. You know, depending, I guess if she's working on the machines or the free weights, yeah, I would just ask her, can I work out with her? If she, all right,
so she's doing that one machine where they're like,
or doing that shit with the legs.
You're gonna join in on that exercise?
No, I mean, I'll watch. I'll stand inside and just kind of like coach her, like talk to her. Nah, I ain't doing that shit.
All right, Manic, how would you pull up on somebody in the gym?
Yeah, I think CLS hit it on the head with the choosing signals. So it's just like, if I see somebody at the gym, I'm gonna try to, you know, make eye contact, make sure they know that I see them. And if they look away, then it's just like, okay, cool. But if they like make the eye contact, smile or something like that, then, you know, I eventually work my way over there. I'm not gonna interrupt my set because ain't nobody more important than my set. You know, I'm there. I'm at the gym for a reason.
Asshole alert.
But
we gotta get the sound effect.
Yeah. Yeah. Once I finish my set and I'm transitioning to like a different workout, then I mean I might go by her and stop, you know, introduce myself. But it'll just be more of an introduction. And if she's busy, if she stops her whole workout and wants to talk, then like, yeah, we can talk a little bit. But I mean, I'm not gonna try to interrupt nobody's, you know, workout, because, you know, I think, you know, time is just so limited that, you know, when they're at the gym, they want to be working at the gym. So, but I think I might even, you know, crack a joke or something like that. But I think when you meet somebody at the gym, it's kind of more of a long-term type thing. So my first approach would just be like just getting the name. And if the vibes were just really good like that, then possibly the number. But most cases, just a name and just introducing myself like, hey, continue your thing and keep it pushing. And then I go to the gym frequently, and if she goes to the gym frequently, then it's just like, then we can start building that rapport to like, hey, what do you do outside of here? So it's more of a long-term approach.
Okay, so like you're not gonna just run up on her and be like, hey, you want to go get a bagel or something?
No, that's probably that's probably good. Hey, what are you doing after this? No. Yeah, most cases, no.
He said, all right. You want to go to IHOP?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that approach.
Or I just leave and then just go to the parking lot and then stalk and just wait for her to leave.
Be breathing heavy in your car.
Yeah.
All right, Phil. So how would you approach him?
It's a joke.
So
yeah, he joking.
I gotta clarify.
I hope so.
Like,
shit.
To second Manic, it's a slow game. So I will, if I'm trying to pursue a female in the gym, I will make it a point to say good morning when I see them, or good afternoon, or whatever the case may be, and I'll leave it at that. And then as I see them more and more and more, the conversation will naturally strike, because if you consistently say good morning to a person, eventually the conversation is going to go somewhere, especially if they're actually interested in you. But for me, it's body language. Like I can tell that by looking at them. I saw a girl a couple years ago that I thought was beautiful. I walked up to her. She looked just like LMA. So I walked up to her with a picture and I was like, excuse me, has anybody ever told you look like LMA? She was like, no. I was like, she is fucking beautiful. She's like, are you trying to say that I'm beautiful? And I was like, absolutely. From that point, I didn't say anything else. I just said, good morning. Good morning. And she eventually came to me. So that's how I would handle it. Slow game.
I like that.
Okay. All right. Phil dropping game on us.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm taking notes from both the
I'm looking up LMA right now.
Oh, yeah.
That'd have been funny though if you'd have walked up to her and said, hey, you look like LMA. She's beautiful. And she's like, "Oh, you think I'm beautiful too?" Like, no, not you, LMA, but you kind of look like her.
Yeah.
You resemble her.
Not you. I'm just saying she's beautiful. I just want to you kind of look like her. I gotta go. Let me get out of here. I'm sorry.
I don't know what I was thinking.
That's right. Music's dope. Dope music.
That's some good approaches, but yeah. So that's the end of the responses. Unless somebody else had anything else they wanted to add on to that. All right. So
confidence. That's all I'm gonna say is confidence.
I mean, I'm
starting.
Woman. You just know if somebody's into you. You know what I'm saying? You saw the way a woman looked at you. You know what I'm saying? I can tell if somebody's into me, like just by the way they looked at me. So you just know. You know.
We know you know.
If they're feeling like that, or they just want to. They don't want to deal with your ass at all. So it's like, nah, I'm good.
So like in the gym, you be going down to those like what they call them, like the old people sessions, the Silver Springs group is.
Look, I'm gonna say this.
They be in the pool, like just like wading in the water and stuff, doing the little exercises.
Some of those classes have some of the best looking women. I'm being real with you. Like those little Zumba classes, all the little classes and everything, and you be the only dude in there.
Yoga classes.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put y'all on the game if y'all want to know where to go to get the women, the cycling class. Because I know my wife be going in there. I peeked in there one time. I was like, man, what is this? They were all like, come on, girls, let's go. I was like, shit. Yeah, so go to cycling.
Yoga too, dude. I had a first date with a girl once, and we did this hot yoga class. She was a yoga instructor. It took me to a hot yoga class, dude.
Hot yoga.
Yeah, it was hot as a motherfucker in that room
classes, man.
Wait, so that they just like kick up the heat or something?
It felt like it. It felt like they turned up the heat or something. It was hot as a motherfucker in there too.
Do they wear less clothes because it's hot?
Well, some of them did. I mean, they just wear like like those little biker looking shorts, the little shorts and just a tank top. And that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you like pass out and stuff? Did they like?
I ain't pass out.
I heard hot yoga and I was just thinking of like hippie stuff. Like, is it like, you guys in like a yurt, like in the middle of like the forest or desert type thing, or was it just like an actual studio?
The gym.
Oh, okay.
You said in the middle of the desert. That's a cult.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe he's like
out there drinking peyote and shit.
Yeah, like a hot yoga retreat.
They have that room where they have like the aerobics class and then they do yoga and all that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. You had us nervous, CLS. We thought you was out there getting recruited. Yeah,
man,
I went left. I was like, oh wow.
They do that shit in the same room where they do the aerobics. They have that little step and they do that little step aerobics and all that. They do that shit in the same class. They move that little step out the way and do the same room.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Another great episode, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. So just a quick announcement. Next week, we're going to be dropping another episode. We'll give more details when we get closer to that. But, we're just adding more stuff to the channel. So I just want to go around and just keep on doing what we usually do when we close stuff up. Any parting words, and also let us know if there's any projects you're working on or where we could find you at. So I'll go with Manic first.
Okay. You can find pretty much all my projects on Manic Sophistication. But hit my IG, the Manic Genius, MANIC, just like it's spelled right here. Hit my Instagram, follow me, or DM me for topics. I always give them to the jerk. So that's where you can find me.
All right, Phil, where can we find you at? And
so you can find me on my Instagram, Phil_Pack. It's really easy. And the last word I'll say is that both women and men, confidence is key. That's what I'll leave with.
Not good parting words. All right, CLS.
You can find me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. This is CLS.
All right, Taj, coming to you.
I'm slow at everything, y'all. I'm still working on my IG. It's just I'm a father, so I got to put on my time with my girls if I'm not with y'all. So, but I will let you guys know as soon as possible. And like my man Phil said, confidence is key. Forgive me for my whole delays here and there throughout the show. I don't know what's going on with my connection.
Don't sweat it.
All good. And everybody have a blessed night.
And one of the things I'm going to start doing, I'm going to get everybody's information. I'll be putting those in the description on the videos. So I already got Manic and CLS, but I'll add Phil's, Taj, and even Jesse's and stuff like that. And like I said, we got a couple more like projects that we added to the channel and stuff like that. So definitely growing it out. So stay tuned to that. We appreciate everybody that's been watching. The channel's been growing. We're getting quite a few views and stuff. So anybody that's watching, we appreciate that. Yeah, please reach out. You have some topics you want us to discuss, we'll definitely break those down. We're always receptive to that. And oh yeah, next week I got to go ahead and give one announcement. I am going to cook a CLS in a debate next week. So please tune in. He's going to get that work next week. So I just want to give y'all like a heads up on that.
What's the debate about?
We can't discuss the topic too much.
The
but
music thing? The music topic?
Yeah, the music one. Yeah, the one you're going to get that work on. So yeah, we're going to have that debate going on. And we're going to have more of those, you know, everybody on this channel, you know, people have disagreements. So we're going to have like little like in-house debates and stuff like that. So just kind of like mixing it up a little bit. Like I said, getting creative with these topics and stuff. But yeah, definitely tune in. What was that?
You didn't tell them about it?
Yeah, they I sent them the topic and stuff like that. So everybody's gonna have to listen to the albums. I'll go ahead and give everybody a little bit of information on it. Yeah, so it's like 2 Michael Jackson albums that me and CLS was discussing. So he was like, "Hey, I think this one's better than this album," and I was like, "You lost your damn mind." So we got a long ass discussion on the phone. I was like, "Look, we're gonna settle this on the platform, and everybody's gonna weigh in."
Yeah.
So
put a poll at it.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get creative with it, but yeah, like I said, he's gonna get that work. But nah, definitely tune in for that one. It's gonna be interesting. So, all right, people, thanks for tuning in. Bye.